Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we've got the ultimate Rivian accessories video. Now I'm going to show you what I have on my R1T as well as the accessories my wife has on her R1S. And we'll also have additional accessories down in the video description. So let's get started.
So we're going to start out here on the outside of the vehicle. Now links to all these accessories will be down in the video description, so make sure you check down there for those. Next, we have the TWRAPS Mud Flaps. These are very reasonably priced and they protect the side of the vehicle. And you can see we have them there in the front. We also have those here in the rear of the vehicle as well. If you look back here, you can kind of see what they look like. And they just keep it a little cleaner. Obviously, it's not going to be perfect. You can see our R1S is kind of dirty here today. Let's come to the front of the vehicle. So here's the front license plate mount. You can see it's mounted there to the tow hook. And I can actually pull this right off by pushing back on here and pulling up. And I get that. And you can see that it utilizes the factory front license plate mount. Then when I want to put it back on, I simply put it back in here, push down, and it snaps right back in place. So no drilling, no interference with sensors. It's an excellent accessory. Next, we're back here in the cargo area. And this is a Weathertech mat back here. And I specifically got this because it has this part that rolls down over the little tailgate. So if you're loading things in and out, you can also roll this out to protect that. And the front section will also fold back if you want to put the third row of seats up. And that'll fold back and move out of the way. And then when you're done using this, you simply roll it up. It has a piece of Velcro on here and it stays in place. And you can close your lift gate. Now on the inside here, you can see I have these really nice LinerX all-weather mats, which again are very reasonably priced. They snap in using snaps, and they're grippy, but they're also easy to clean. A lot of times I can clean these without even taking them out of the vehicle. But if I do need to take them out, I simply unsnap them and remove them. I have these LinerX mats in the front, second row here, and also in the third row. The next thing I'm going to show you is I have a matte screen protector on both the second row display back here and also on the front driver and main displays. And what that does is that protects against fingerprints, but it also eliminates any glare on the screen from the sun. And here we are in the front. Again, folks, I apologize, it's kind of dirty, but as you can see here are the LinerX mats that I was talking about, and then we have the matte screen protectors. And on the main display, you can really see that it eliminates any kind of glare, and it also prevents fingerprints. You can't see any fingerprints at all on this display. Next, you can see I have this really nice little phone mount here. Now, the ball mount is made by EveryAMP. Again, the link will be in the video description. And this is just, I think, a $10 or $20 gravity-based mount that I found on Amazon that mounts up to the ball mount. And you can really get any mount that will mount up to a ball and use that with the EveryAMP mount. But that'll all be down in the video description. And so the nice thing about this is I can stick my phone in here, and all I do is stick it in there and it sits in there securely, and I can look at it right here when I'm driving down the road. Typically I'll put Waze or something like that on there so that I can get alerted to anything that's happening on the road that the Rivian navigation doesn't tell me about. But again, it's an excellent solution. Just like with all the other accessories that I've shown you, price is very reasonable. Next, I'm up here in the front, and I'm just going to show you this next accessory that I have, and you may have seen this in one of our camping videos, but this is the ShockFlo charger, and this is a 40 amp portable EV charger. And this is the last accessory for the R1S. My wife does not have a ton of accessories on her R1S here, but this we use when we're camping, and you may have seen one of our previous videos on it. This is a portable ShockFlo EV charger. Now, the charger that comes with the Rivian is 32 amps. This will actually go up to 40 amps, so it'll do quicker charging while you're out on the road. The other thing this will do is it'll allow you to manually adjust the charging rate. So you can adjust it between 16 and 40 amps, depending on where you're plugged in. That's very useful at campgrounds where you may not want to pull the full 40 amps. So last thing I have here, this is not part of the ShockFlo charger, but this is a TT30 to NEMA 1450 adapter. And this is a specific adapter for EVs. So you can plug into a TT30. This is if you don't have a 50 amp plug at your campsite or wherever you're plugging in, and you can get a charge. Now, when you're using this, you will need to reduce the charge rate. I don't recommend going over 16 amps. Typically, I'll set it between 8 and 12 amps. But in theory, you should be able to set it up to 24 amps and still charge safely. But this is a good charging setup when we tow our travel trailer. We take this with us to all the various different campgrounds we visit. Now, much like we did for the R1S, we're going to start here on the outside. Now, these vinyl wraps are from TWRAPS, and they cover up the chrome portion of the spokes. These are the 21-inch road, wheel, and tire set. These are the most efficient setup for the Rivian R1T and the R1S, but they're not available in black. So these spoke wraps are available either in the gunmetal, which will match the gray color on the wheel, or they're available in black, which is what I have on here. I also have Hermetrix foam strips on the back of the aero covers to keep them from damaging the finish on the wheels, should I decide to remove the aero covers at a later time. Again, links to all these products and discount codes, if I have them, will be in the video description. I also have the TWRAPS Mud Flaps, just like on the R1S. I have them on the R1T as well. Now, my wife opted for no paint protection film on the R1S, but on the R1T we have a full body paint protection film application from XPEL. And it's going to keep the paint safe from rock chips and debris. It'll have a self-healing layer, so if there are scratches or scuffs that happen, they will self-heal when it's left out in the sun, and it makes it easy to clean. Next item I have as I come around here to the back of the truck is this Lomax tri-folding hard tonneau cover. Now, Rivian has recently come out with an updated powered tonneau cover as well as a manual tonneau cover. Those are much more expensive options, and this is a really nice tonneau cover. You can see it has a weatherproof seal around the bottom to keep the water out, and I found that it does a very good job of keeping the water out. I haven't gotten any water in, so let me go ahead and open this. And if I open the tailgate here, I can fold the tonneau cover up by pulling down on this string and lifting up. And it'll also fold again. And if you want to leave it this way, you take this rope and you put that in there. You can also take it out completely and store it down in the gear tunnel. And then we're ready to fold it back in. Just fold it back here. Gonna make sure it's latched on both sides. And underneath of that, I have the Team1EV Bed Mat. This is going to catch anything that spills. It's also going to keep stuff from moving around in the bed of the truck. Now moving to the inside of the truck, just like the R1S, we have the LinerX all-weather floor mats. Again, they're grippy, easy to clean, and they have these fasteners to fasten it down to the floor so they don't move. I also have the matte screen protectors on both the second row display and the two front displays. Now here in the front, you may not even be able to see it. I'm going to try to zoom in. If you can see a line right here, this is the TWRAPS door sill paint protection film, and I have the 10 mil version. That's the thickest version available. We have these both on the R1T and the R1S, and that's going to protect the door sill here from getting scuffed and scraped when folks are getting in and out. We also have the LinerX mats in the front. So here we have the front license plate mount on the R1T. We have the same thing on the R1S. This is so we don't have to drill into the front bumper. You can see it mounts there securely to the tow hook. It is removable, and it does not block either one of the sensors or cause any issues with them. And as we hop into the driver's seat here, we can see that we have the matte screen protectors from TWRAPS. These are going to protect the screen from both glare and fingerprints, which is really nice. That's on the driver's display as well as the main display here. Now you may have seen in some of my videos, folks, I have this phone mount. This is from EveryAMP. The ball mount is from EveryAMP. This is actually just a cheap phone mount I got off of Amazon. I believe this was $10 or $20. And with the ball mount and this little mount, I can just slide my phone right in there, and I can put Waze or any other app that I want to have on my phone right there and right in easy reach of my hand when I'm driving down the road. Now, of course, I don't do any texting or anything like that when I'm driving down the road, but it is within easy reach if I need to grab it or do anything like that.
That's going to do it for this video, folks. What accessories do you have on your Rivian R1T or R1S? Let us know down in the comments section. As always, folks, remember to like, subscribe, hit that bell, and thank you so much for watching.